Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Alan at Golf Plus in Dothan, and today we're going to follow up with the video we did with Drew last week where we compared the TaylorMade Stealth driver and the Tour Edge driver, and we talked about how stock options only, a price point golf club versus a premium golf club, and what that's going to give you, what that's going to do for you. So today we're going to follow up with that, and we're going to talk about irons, and we're going to do the same thing. We're going to do a stock Stealth, stock shaft, everything, nothing custom, all just standard setup, and then we're going to do the new Tour Edge iron, and we're going to compare them and see what we get. So for our comparison video today, starting with the TaylorMade Stealth iron, obviously this is going to be one of the most popular irons out there, not only in my stores, but all over the country. TaylorMade does a great job of getting the word out about what they do. They've got an incredible R&D department. They've got an incredible tour staff. So everybody knows about TaylorMade, no doubt. This is Stealth. This is the latest iteration of their game improvement golf club. This is going to be long. This is going to be forgiving. It's going to be high launching to land soft on greens. Everything that someone who's looking for a game improvement iron is looking for. And the way that they did that this year is they're using what they call a cap back design. So with a toe wrap. So basically the face sort of wraps around, and what that does is it expands the sweet spot. I know we say that every year, but obviously with golf clubs, as you move away from the center of the face, when you don't hit it directly solid, you're going to lose ball speed. And when you lose ball speed, you lose distance. So one of the most important things that these companies try to do is make their game improvement clubs more forgiving by giving you more distance and more accuracy even on mishits. One of the other interesting things that TaylorMade's done with the Stealth iron is what they call their echo dampening system. Now, you can't see it, but hidden behind this, all the way from the toe to the heel, is a series of multiple sort of rubber inserts that hit on different places on the face, and that's going to soften the feel. It's going to give you almost a forged club feel. If you've never hit a forged golf club, it's a little bit softer than a cast club. Obviously, the ball doesn't stay on the face that long, so a lot of people would argue that you really can't feel the difference, but I'm telling you, after playing golf for over 40 years, there is a slight difference, especially on mishits on a forged golf club. And why that's important to you as someone who might want a game improvement club is that if I don't feel the mishit because it's a little softer feeling, then maybe I don't bail out of the shot, and maybe I end up with a better result even though I didn't hit it perfect. So hitting against the TaylorMade Stealth today is going to be the Tour Edge C522. This is the latest iteration of their hot launch iron series. We've been selling hot launch irons and Tour Edge irons for years, and they make a great product at a great price. So this club has a 360-degree undercut channel. That's a cavity back all the way around, so it's super forgiving. It has a wide sole for higher launch, softer landing. It has a VibraCore TPU insert in the back, which is very similar to kind of what TaylorMade has in terms of something that's going to go in there and vibration dampen. So good shots feel great, and bad shots don't feel as bad, and that's going to give you that confidence and that feel like we were talking about before. Beautiful golf club. Nice thick top line, not too thick, but enough to be kind of confidence inspiring. This is definitely a club that a mid to high handicapper could look at and get behind and want to go out and play some golf with. So to make this comparison as fair as we can, we're just going to use stock shafts today, stock setups, not going to adjust the lie angle or anything like that. The TaylorMade club is going to have their stock KBS Max MT stiff 85 gram shaft. This is a lightweight, higher launching type shaft, and very, very similar, the original KBS Max in a stiff 80 gram in the Tour Edge. So extremely similar. Probably couldn't find two shafts that are much more similar, same brand, same lineage, almost the identical weight. So that'll make this test very fair. So this is the grid for the shots that I hit for the Tour Edge iron. You'll notice that 2 of them are just a little to the left of the line. The rest are just a little to the right of the line. I do generally swing slightly outside to in, so that makes perfect sense. And with the club not being adjusted, again, we just used stock setup. We didn't adjust the lie angle. We didn't adjust the length, and it certainly is not the shaft that I'm used to playing. That's fine. The beautiful thing here is that this shot dispersion circle, I can live with that, and any golfer would be happy to live with that. You're going to hit a lot of greens when all the shots come out almost the same distance and within a very narrow sliver in terms of left to right. So what we saw was a launch averaging around 19, carry distance averaging about 165 with that on a 7-iron. That's a little bit longer than I normally hit my 7-iron, but again, I'm normally playing like a player's type iron, and this is a game improvement iron. Side spin is super minimal, and we like that, and peak height is fine. Our descent angle is really nice too, averaging 46. Anything right around 45 is a great descent angle because that means that the ball is going to hit the green and spin and stop and not run away from us. So as you can see on the chart here, the 2 clubs actually came out very similar. We see the launch here. The red line's the TaylorMade. The blue is the Tour Edge. TaylorMade extends a little bit further, doesn't drop off as quickly. And why we see that is because of ball speed here. 3.3 miles per hour faster on the Stealth. I wasn't even swinging anywhere near my full swing because those shafts are a lot lighter than what I usually play. So at 118 miles an hour ball speed versus 115, that 3 miles an hour is going to equate to about 9 yards on average. And that's what we end up seeing in the carry distance over here. You see 7 yards difference in carry distance. Now, what's really impressive with these 2 golf clubs is that the side angle is basically dead straight. 0.0 with the TaylorMade, 0.2 with the Tour Edge, which means the forgiveness factor is off the charts on these golf clubs compared to what I would normally play as a decent player, a smaller headed golf club that doesn't have the forgiveness, doesn't have as thick a top line, wide sole, all that kind of stuff, you know, longer toe to heel. I mean, these golf clubs are light years ahead of players' golf clubs in terms of forgiveness, in terms of your ability to hit greens. Maybe you don't hit it quite as far as you want one time. Maybe it's a little off to the right, left to right, but man, the forgiveness factor, crazy high. You see the dispersion charts here. Again, very similar dispersion sizes. The Tour Edge club costs about half what the TaylorMade club costs. And the only difference in terms of performance was it went to the right just a hair more. And that's just with me swinging it. With somebody else swinging it, might be almost no difference at all. Definitely have carry difference. And that, again, is related to ball speed. Backspin's very similar. Launch is very similar. Now, the launch is just a grunt lower, about half a degree lower on the TaylorMade versus the Tour Edge. That could be the loft of the golf club could be a hair stronger. We'd have to check that on the loft lie machine to see. It could just be where the weight is positioned in the head that causes it to launch a little lower, spin a little bit less, and that may be why we're getting the difference in distance. But overall, incredibly close at a club that costs about $500 for a set versus a club that costs about $1,000 a set. I realize this is a lot of numbers, but I'll try to break it down for you kind of quickly here. With the Stealth, you see that the ball speeds are averaging right around 118. We even peak out at almost 121. Our launch angles are all in the 18 range, averaging an 18.4. Side angle is super minimal. What does that tell us? That tells us the golf club's crazy forgiving. Backspin is consistent in the 5,000 range. Side spins are all under or right around 300 or less. Some are even less. That means the ball is flying straight. And our descent angle at 46, average 46.3, again, right around 45 where we want it to be so that it spins and stops. Our carry distance with the Stealth, a little bit longer than the Tour Edge, averaging 172. Our longest one was a 175 carry, where our longest one with the Tour Edge was only 169. So best to best, the TaylorMade definitely gets the edge on distance and just a hair on forgiveness. But overall, not much difference between that $500 set of golf clubs and that $1,000 set of golf clubs. So guys, it's been really fun to do this comparison with you today, and I hope that when you see this one and you learn a little bit about the Stealth and the C522 Tour Edge iron, that you go back and watch the video that Drew did, if you haven't seen it yet, where we compared the drivers, which was super exciting to see the difference between the Stealth driver and the new Tour Edge driver. Check out all our videos, all of our content on YouTube, subscribe to the channel.
Ask us questions. We'll be glad to respond to you. Tell us what kind of videos you want to see. We'll be sure to make them. Thanks a lot, guys. We'll see you soon.